Welcome into the Vol Out Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, here with my co-host tonight. We got Swanee and Russell. How you doing, guys?
What's going on, bro?
Feeling pretty good.
Hey,
Vols are undefeated.
Hell yeah, 1-0, baby. 1-0. You know, honestly, guys, if you're a Vol fan, this weekend couldn't have really went any better if you think about it.
This is a perfect weekend. Tennessee winning at noon, Alabama losing at 3:30, and Nico playing like shit and getting whipped at, 1 a.m.
Absolutely.
We got
Absolutely. I
the Triple
absolutely
Crown
stayed up.
on Saturday.
Yes. I absolutely stayed up and hate watched that game. Absolutely.
Also, I'm happy that it's football season again, finally.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the best time of year. The weather's already starting to change here. You can feel it. You can feel it in the air, and this coming weekend it really kicks in. When you get a full slate of college on Saturday and NFL on Sunday, that's when it officially starts in my eyes. And then you don't have to, like, this first weekend of college football, you know, we had all these great games, but they were spread out across 4 days.
Yeah.
When the NFL's on, they're not going to be competing with that. All those games are on Saturday, which is,
Yeah.
I prefer that anyway. But
Absolutely.
It's here, and I'm thrilled.
For sure, man. For sure. You know, it's fantasy football season as well. You know, it's just it's like Christmas time for grown men, boys. I mean,
It is.
it's hard not to be a little horned up for this time of year, you know? So, well, fellas, let's dive right in. Go
Did
ahead.
anybody else get welled up when Lee Corso did his final game day the other day?
Hated to see it.
I did a little bit. I mean, it's been. I mean, ever since I've watched football, I've seen that on Saturday morning. So
30-some years, I think.
Since '97.
But it's been past time for him to quit it.
Yeah.
But it's still sad to see. I got a little emotional. Not gonna
Absolutely.
lie.
Absolutely. You hate to see it because that's part of our childhood, you know, right there. And you know, there was times last year, man, he was hard to watch. He was hard to watch. Old age was catching up to him, and you know, he still, you know, got his point across, but you could tell there was times he was struggling, and you hate to see that on TV. But hey, you know, kudos to him. He done a lot for a lot of people, and made college football had a big part in making college football what it is today. So, absolutely hate to see it go.
6-0 on his game day picks.
Yeah,
I seen that. He went out in style.
Mm-hmm.
Went out in style.
Shout out to anybody who placed the Corso parlay.
Right. Winning some cheddar. I won a little bit, but not much Saturday. Not enough to brag about. Just enough to keep me in the game, you know? So, all right, boys. Let's get into this game. We got the firing squad, son. Y'all hear that?
Woo!
Not yet.
Nope. I don't know if that was here. Russ, was that out your way?
No, it ain't here.
Swan, they'll be heading your way. It's all right. Anywho, though, unless they were going, yep, you hear them? All right. Well, anywho, boys, let's talk about this game Saturday. Man, the Vols look good. I think we kind of touched on it earlier. I think we come out on the better end of the Nico Joey trade for sure.
Yeah, definitely. He looks like he's hot garbage out there, but I think it's a lot of the offensive scheme for UCLA as far as Nico's concerned. Now, as far as we're concerned, Joey looks like he's been here for 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, he picked it up pretty well, in my opinion. I mean, it was just, the receivers didn't help him out a whole lot early. They dropped a few easy ones. That was disappointing, but I mean, that's going to happen. You're going to have drops every game, but some of the ones, I mean, that were dropped it's like, you know, that hits you in the hands, buddy. You got to catch that. First drive though, man, we came out swinging, went right down the field, had to settle for 3, but I mean, it was what you wanted to see on your first drive. You know, putting points on the board and all that. Of course, you want to get in the end zone, but 3 was good. Overthrows early.
A couple of bad throws on that first drive, Jordan's what kept us from scoring a touchdown. I mean, you mentioned the drop passes, but it was a couple overthrows from Joey too. I think it was opening drive jitters. That's his first drive for us. So getting 3 out of it was a big success.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. It could have went the other way. I mean, he could have went the other way with 1 too, you know, so those overthrows got him early, but once he settled in, he was fine.
He's the kind of quarterback that this offense is designed for.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not for Nico. It wasn't for Joe Milton, and I'm not knocking Joe at all. No. Joe's, you know, Joe's going to be the Cowboys quarterback at some point this season. So
I hope he.
not knocking him, but
I hope he is.
this isn't his offense. You know,
No,
this offense is made for Aguilar, Hooker, just somebody who makes quick decisions and is not afraid to rip it.
absolutely. But that was one thing that I was so happy to see, was that the pace was back to our offense.
Yeah.
That was refreshing as hell.
The pace, and not only the pace, but the fact that he did more than just one read. One read and run from Nico last year killed us on several drives. You'll notice in that game on Saturday, Joey had one read, then he switched to two, sometimes had enough time to get to three, because the offensive line has been vastly improved, seems like, from last year to this season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the line held up, pace was there. Didn't turn the ball over but one time, and it was, and it was just a weird play. I mean, it seemed like it was a bad mesh point, and somebody didn't get the handoff, or the handoff wasn't made right, and Syracuse picked it up. But shoot, defense, man, come back out and got the ball right back, scoop and score the other way, 17-0 before they even really knew what hit them, Defense come out fired up and was flying around. They looked rock solid.
Early on, defense looked stout. I mean, as the game progressed, obviously they started to figure out ways to get the ball down the field, score. I mean, started piling some points on late, but overall, first game, can't knock it, man. We didn't have Jermod McCoy out there. We did great in the secondary. I felt like we got eat up over the middle. That was a problem for me, but you're going to have it.
The intensity fell off right there a little bit before half. I felt like they didn't finish the half out strong, but I mean, that's like you say, that's to be expected to an extent. I did feel like they got a little sloppy there towards into the first half on through the rest of the game, but I mean that's not a bad Syracuse team that we just beat either. I mean, they were 10-2 last year. And I want to say that I feel like they're pretty well coached. I like that coach that they've got. He seems like he's got it. Yeah.
Time will tell how good they actually are.
Yeah, they've got a tough season this year.
And same for us.
Yeah.
I want to point out one of the things that brings me pause with everybody, and we had a good Saturday. No question about it. We've got all the reason in the world to feel good about it. We felt the same way after the first game last year. Yeah. Nico came out and looked great. Did he throw for 300? Was it the most yards in a debut by a Tennessee quarterback or something like that?
I think so.
He looked sharp. Offense looked well. Of course, we were playing Chattanooga, but I think once we get into SEC play, we'll see what we have.
I agree with that, and we don't have long to wait for that.
September 13th, we find out who we are for real.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Absolutely.
What did you guys think about the run scheme that we brought in? Like the old school wing tee is what it looked like to me.
I mean, man, I'll tell you what, Peyton Lewis and Deshaun Bishop and Star Thomas, they're tough, man. That's a tough trio. And the thing about each one of those is they've all got breakaway speed. I think Star Thomas might end up being kind of like the Jalen Wright of the group, and then you could make the D-Samp comparison with the other two. Bishop, he's bulked up. Him and Peyton Lewis both have.
Yeah, I was very impressed by Deshaun Bishop Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, he just he's good enough to carry the load, big enough to carry the load, and he's just quick enough to bust one out of there. That run right before half that set up that last touchdown, man. They had him dead to rights for a loss, a sizable loss, and he broke a tackle and got upfield.
47 yards.
The city of Knoxville doesn't. Yeah, that was a nice run. But the city of Knoxville doesn't produce a ton of high quality college football players, and he's really come out and kind of beat that expectation of me, because that was my main worry. It's like you get a guy from Memphis or Nashville, or really that's it in this state. But Knoxville doesn't produce these players often. But of course, I think he's Tennessee's all-time leading rusher in high school.
Yeah.
It's impressive to see how he's sized up and again, that's another thing. Looking forward to the 13th of September. Not to look past ETSU, but I'm looking past it.
It's okay to look past them. I don't think we got anything to worry about there. I'm sure one of their fans will let us know.
We might. They played really well Saturday.
But that's one thing. We were balanced, man. Like as balanced as you could be. 247 passing, 248 rushing on the day. So you can't. You're not gonna find much. You can't find more balance than that. Honestly, I mean, you just can't. And it was running back by committee, man. It was. Let's see here. Star Thomas had 12 carries for 92 yards and a receiving touchdown. And it was 7.7 yards a pop every time he touched the ball. Deshaun Bishop had 11 carries for 82 yards, and he was 7.5 yards a carry and a rushing touchdown. Peyton Lewis had 8 carries for 38 yards, 5.7 yards a carry. I mean, it was the rest of it was 4 or 5 guys and not many yards as far as that goes. But I mean, the run game and the run scheme was solid. It was rock solid. But that's been a staple, a staple, a hyple.
A staple.
A staple, yeah.
Yeah.
Staple.
I like the alternating running backs each drive. I don't think that's something that you can be married to per se. Like there's some games where that's not going to work. I'd like to see them ride the hot hand when that time comes. But I do like that. I think that's going to be a good way to keep those 3 guys healthy. Hopefully we've got more.
All 3 dudes run differently.
I keep beating this drum, but it's all going to come out come September once we get it playing Georgias and Arkansas and
it will.
Bama's and Floridas and all that.
I mean, you're absolutely correct on that. I mean, it will. I mean, that's the way it goes.
Those guys is going to get dinged up.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it is. That's life in the
SEC.
So
alternating them, I guess, takes a few carries off of each one.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of prolongs their shelf life a little bit. But yeah, man, and I want to say this too. I feel like Kitzelman, he didn't do much. He had 2 catches for 10 yards and a touchdown. But I think he will be a nice little safety valve for Joey. He's got good hands, and that first catch, dude, that first catch he made on the day. It was nice. Just reach out there and snatched it.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing with Kisselman that ain't going to show up on the stat sheet. Great blocking on Saturday. Cleaned a lot of holes up for us. He's a big reason that you had Starr out here doing what he was doing in the tackles. You had Peyton Lewis getting to the second level, and if he would have broke a few tackles, he's gone. He's fast, but he's also bulked up, so he's big. He's running over guys. So Kisselman was big in the blocking scheme, and he's going to continue to do that. So, I mean,
he's got to for that run game to be successful.
Agreed. The catching's going to be there. He'll get his stats games in, but get used to the 2, 3, 4 catch games, 40 yards, maybe a touchdown, but the shit that don't show up on the stat sheet is going to be big. The blocking.
He's going to be. He'll be he's one of the team leaders.
Yes.
They've been very vocal about that. He's one of the team leaders, and I want to say, talking to team leaders, he's bound to come up just because we hadn't been on here in a while. But somebody we didn't hear much about Saturday was Boo Carter. Didn't see him on the field. He was on the field.
He played. He made
he had 1 tackle.
There was a pass deflection somewhere in there, if I'm not mistaken, or a breakup somewhere. Before we start talking about the defense, so can I mention that I love the receivers?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, we were getting there. Absolutely. Okay. Go ahead.
I love the receivers.
No, I'm with you.
I think this is the best receiving core we've had since 22. And that's going to make a huge difference too. Having those guys outside and then Joey not afraid to throw the ball, Aguilar, that improves our offense so much.
Yes, absolutely. Staley, he impressed the crap out of me. I mean, he was money in the bank.
Mike Matthews, despite his early drops, he looks to be all the rage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything he's hopped up to be. I think he's that good of a player.
Mm-hmm.
And then him, Staley, and Brazzle.
Brazzle Dazzle.
I like it.
Yeah. I think we're in good hands. We got to keep those guys healthy though, because I don't know who's after them on the depth
Yeah,
chart.
there's not much back there after that. But those three, if we can keep, we got to keep at least two of those three healthy. We might be able to afford to lose one for a little while. The other two can step up and carry the load on that. But behind them, man, there's not a lot. There's not a lot. But yeah, I agree with your 2022 comment too. Like that offense Saturday looked a lot like 2022 when we had the pace. We were not afraid to go downfield. We have somebody that can take the top off of defense and somebody that is trusted to do so. I think that was why we've not seen the pace the last couple of years. I don't think Nico's been trusted to do so. I don't think Joe was trusted to do so. We know Joe could throw one over these mountains out here. It don't matter though if you can't, if you're not trusted to do it and run your offense the way it's supposed to be ran. Don't matter. It don't matter.
Again, we got flashes of this offense also from the last two guys.
Yeah.
I think last year the Chattanooga game we were letting it rip, and then Joe in the Orange Bowl. When we saw Joe play in the Orange Bowl, we were like, okay, 23 can be just as good as 22 was. But as soon as we opened up with Virginia the next year, and when I watched that game, I was like, this is gonna be and we won 9 games that year. I'm not,
Yeah.
But it just wasn't as fun on offense. I miss hopefully we can score 60 on some teams. Yeah.
I'd say that's happening this upcoming week if I had to lay money on it. I'd say
we put 60 on Missouri like 3 years in a row. It was great. It was a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Eli loved it. It's just go ahead, Russ. You got something?
No, I'm laughing.
Just I think this year could be really fun. I do want to hit on a couple things though. That the first play out of let's see here. Let me see. I got it all wrote down here. Fourth and 10 is the one we were talking about earlier, where who was it didn't get deep enough on his zone over the Gibson.
Yeah,
Gibson didn't get deep enough on his zone. That we were up 17-0. It was Syracuse finished that off with a touchdown, so it got 17-7. Then this is whenever I was like, all right, our offense is back.
Yep.
We come out there, one play, 73 yards, puts it right on the money, right on the numbers.
He couldn't have walked up
to Staley. And that was no. That's whenever I was like, all right, by God, Vols offense back.
Vols by 50.
And that's whenever I kind of thought maybe, all right, the route might be on. But again, kudos to Syracuse and their coaches, man. They kept them in that ball game. I mean, they had it down to a 12-point ball game at one point, and I was kind of like, are we gonna mess around and let them crawl back into it here? Yeah. But they didn't.
I do like their coach.
I do too. I like. He had an interview right there. I think at some point, maybe after the first quarter, and I was like, dude, this guy could drop a fire ass mixtape. Like he's got that raspy coach's rap voice, Like I was waiting on him to start dropping bars. There was one play early on in the first, or late in the first half, though. The targeting review, that was so damn stupid. It wasn't even close. Was not even close.
No, I know what you're talking about. I was like, why are we stopping the game for this?
Yeah.
Targeting is not real, guys. I don't know if I've said that on this podcast before. Targeting and what's the helmet to helmet? It's only a part of the game now to control the game for the referees to step in. That's all targeting is. That's how you get the Chiefs to the Super Bowl every year by giving them 15 free yards.
I don't disagree with you.
It is. It's not. It got put in because of all the concussions, player safety. If it's really about player, you can't stop the helmet to helmet hits. They happen. They're going to happen.
Right. No, football is a contact sport. It's going to happen.
Stop playing football.
Yeah.
But you can't do that because you lose too much money. So targeting is only there for officials to control a game.
Hey.
Or powers that be to control a game.
Well, the call that
saw them do it a couple of times in the Alabama FSU game. There were moments they called the targeting in that game, and I'll get back to the balls here in a second. But they called the targeting in that game that gave it was like 3rd and long or 4th and long for Bama. Called it. I was like, oh, okay, here they are trying to get Bama back into this thing. Of course, they ended up reversing it. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe. But anyway, targeting is not real. It's not a real thing.
I I don't disagree with that at all. There's so much gray area to that rule, for one, that I don't see how you can enforce. I don't see how you can enforce it one way and not another. There's so many gray areas to it. I'm sorry, no football player at this level is going to go in and be like, all right, I'm going to knock this dude's block off with my head. I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid. There's no intent to that. And if you're a defender and the guy's already going down and you've broke down to make the tackle, you have no choice. So you're kind of screwed, and especially if it's called late in the game, you got to sit your ass out for a half.
Well, it's hard to say that it's not a real thing, though, because players like Ndamukong Suh exist. Players like Vontaze Burfict exist. Those guys were going out on the field Sundays and Saturdays to, inflict malicious intent on somebody. They're trying to hurt somebody. You know what I mean? So
those guys are killers.
I mean,
cold-blooded.
There is a lot of gray area, but there is guys who step on the field with intention to hurt somebody they're playing against.
No, I could see that, but I don't feel like that. I feel like I get both sides of this, but I feel like there's certain guys that you go out there and you're like, okay, I may have to officiate this play differently because he's going to be in on it. Like there's ways to where you can do this, and you don't have to punish a kid for a half a football because he broke down on a tackle trying to be with perfect form and still hit this guy helmet to helmet. There's got to be a way around it. There has to be.
To Swan's argument, though, it was created. So guys like Mahomes, guys like Josh Allen, guys like Joe Burrow, if they do get hit and get hurt, well, guess what? That guy who hit him and hurt him probably ain't going to be playing the rest of the season. They're going to suspend him. But because they paid the NFL a lot of money.
We've ventured way off topic here.
We did.
Sorry about that.
But it's okay.
Yeah, here's how you fix targeting. You don't assess a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for it.
Right.
You kick that player out for a drive.
There you go. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
For the remainder of that drive. Same thing they should do with the fake injuries, which popped up in the game between us and Syracuse.
The damn sniper got two of them out.
We circled back to it.
We did.
This is what they should do with that rule. If your player goes down with an injury, he's out for the drive.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Safety, right?
They were supposed to put a rule in this year.
They go out one play.
Yes,
that's it.
Yeah, that you can't do that. That's nothing.
That shit'll stop.
There is nothing to that. One play, big deal. What was wild is the sniper got two at one time this week.
Yes, I've seen that
at the same time. They both dropped.
The one,
son.
well, just the thing, it's like the one of them didn't know which one to go down. They didn't know which one of them needed to take the fall. So the one goes down to a knee, the other one just drops like a stone, and the one on the one knee, he just jumps up real quick. He's like, "Oh, not me."
And Mike Matthews just was like set over there, just like, "What the hell?"
Why?
Why
is this not called? Are they not doing that now, or what's the deal with that?
I don't think so.
I think you can. How can you do it in the game? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fair.
Because here's the thing:
tries to go over there and make sure he's not cramping. How do you do that? How do you check that?
Right? Yeah, you can't. But if there's a way to stop this, and it's got to be, and it's like
I just told you how.
That was blatant.
For the remainder of that drive, well, you're not going to risk. You're gonna put a patsy in there to do it.
Or here's one: if it's going to keep happening, keep track of it somehow through the game. After that, after a certain numbers hit, after say threes hit on the same damn drive, because some of these no huddle drives, man, they can go 10, 12, 13, 14 plays. If it keeps happening on the same damn drive, sit them the rest of the quarter.
Take timeouts. I say take timeouts. Treat it like it's 2 minutes, under 2 minutes.
That's good too.
Game. Take their timeouts.
Really good.
I would say 10-second runoff, but that screws the offense. You know. So what we'll give us time on falling out. We'll figure it out. By God.
I say play through it. Unless there's a bone sticking out, play through it.
We know.
They're over here tending to the guy with the cramp. We're just over here running our next play.
No, we know. I was on up at noon whenever the DeMar Hamlin incident happened. Scrape him up. Let's go.
Woo!
Yeah, was that a fake injury? You gotta think, man. Maybe it was fake.
Hey, now
That was the greatest fake injury of all time. He died.
That dude
That's
died
good.
on the field, man. That was definitely real.
Shout out to DeMar Hamlin. That's the greatest fake injury ever.
give that man an Oscar. We jumped the shark. Okay, let's get back to it.
We did that months ago.
Yo, it's fact. That's a fact. That is a fact. So okay, boys, we come out 31-14 in the half. Come out in the second half. In the first Syracuse drive with a tipped interception. The D lineman got there. No, it was T-Lander got there, tipped it up, and the linebacker come in, cleaned her up. I mean, it was well done.
Impressed by him.
Yeah,
T-Lander.
Yeah.
And Arion Carter.
I think it was Eason.
Dude.
I think Eason was the one who batted it, and then T-Lander caught it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It was impressive though, man. Like that was the defense was good, looked good, and honestly, they looked pretty vanilla. I don't know how much they showed. I don't feel like they had to show a whole lot. I feel like we talk about this every year, though. What's being shown, what's not. At this point, Hype's been here for 5 years. There's not much he's trying to hide, I don't think. But they come out, they got that into the Vols into the drive with a touchdown, 38-4. Then man, it just I felt like that was whenever we were about to blow that one wide open, and like I say, man, kudos to Syracuse because they hung right in there and made it a ball game.
Kudos.
Also, this was a hot conversation during the game too. The muff punt that they reviewed, that ball absolutely hit him.
Yeah,
the towel is part of the uniform.
It hit his ankle.
Yeah, and they were even saying, well, it hit his towel too. If it hit his ankle, it hit the towel. It hit him. That's how it is. It should not have been reviewed and called back. We got hosed on that one.
Well,
that kept.
You could tell it hit his ankle because the way the ball's bouncing, he got punted. The way it bounced, hits the ground, grazes the towel, whatever. It should already be considered touched, and it's a chance to be a live ball. It's not. Whatever. It hits his ankle because it changes direction of the way that it's bouncing. So,
yeah,
it wasn't us that hit the ball; it was him.
Right. So, that one kind of pissed me off a little bit because I do feel like we got hosed on that. But you know what? It is what it is. Vols got the win, 45-26. Ain't much really to talk about after that. I mean, other than let's give Syracuse credit for the drives that they had there towards the end to kind of keep it a ball game. I will absolutely be one of the first to say though, Syracuse is well coached. I think they need to stick with him. This is just year 2 for him. I hope they have a good rest of the season. Keith Bullock didn't reciprocate that though on Twitter. Did you guys see any of that?
Keith Bullock, the Titans linebacker?
Yeah, he played at Syracuse.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you guys should check that Twitter thread out.
In the 90s, McNabb and Harrison and Freeney. I didn't know Bullock.
Oh, absolutely. You guys should check that out, that Twitter thread out if you hadn't seen it. They he was ripping us pretty hard.
Ripping us?
Saying Vol fans, yeah. We all know how this is going to end for you guys. And I'm sure he was egged on. I hadn't seen all of it, but it's like,
well, Jordan, hold on. Back to the muff punt for a second, because I'm thinking about this. Okay, if that call happens against Georgia, Bama, Florida, and we don't get the ball there, that could change the game. We're sitting here having a different conversation after one of those games, and that is the main play that changed the game.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I don't disagree with that at all, man. I do not, because I mean, really and truly, it kind of kept that call. It changed this game. It kept Syracuse in the game.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean,
but that's against Bama, Georgia, main 2 there. We're gonna, those lucky plays happen in those games to both teams. We've got to get one of those. And if they keep it from us, it's going to cost us the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But, if we get the Bama that played Florida State Saturday, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. But, that being said, though, it's a long season, and I would imagine Bama will not put that kind of effort on the field again for at least a couple games. They got a tough schedule this year, too, though. Out of everybody in the SEC that played, I think right now and it's way too early, and we're going to sound like homers for saying this, but I think we probably looked the best, maybe second or third best. I'd say second or third. LSU probably got the best win out of everybody.
LSU got the best win.
Yeah, easily.
LSU got the best win. Georgia looked clean against Marshall.
Yeah.
I think those are your top. Well, and I don't write Texas off. Arch played like shit.
Yeah. You can't write them off.
That was a tough game.
Too early for that one. Too early to do that with them.
Those two teams, I could see those teams playing again in the last game of the season.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, Texas will be fine. Arch just has to get settled in just a little bit there. Bama, they got some stuff to clean up down there. I don't think Ty Simpson's that guy for them. I don't think he'll be starting.
Problems. They got big problems.
Yeah,
a lot of effort plays that weren't made for them. Things that wouldn't have happened on Saban's watch.
Right. And I'm going to say this. I've said it for years. I've said it on here, anywhere else that anybody will listen to me and hear me on. I wouldn't want to be the guy that come in after Nick Saban. Would not. Absolutely not.
We've had that conversation before. It was never going to work out. But Kalen DeBoer's got he's got some work to do if he wants to stay there longer than this year or next.
Well, I'd say there's a $60 million buyout that's going to keep him there through at least this year and maybe next. After that, though, it might be free game. It's just a matter of how much they're willing to spend and who they want to try to go get. Because we know they'll spend the money to go get somebody. That's never been a problem for them.
Saban out of retirement.
There's a lot of them that'd be clamoring for it right now. It's what a time to be alive, though. I can't say that I hate it for them. I can't.
No, I love it. I'm absolute. Their fans are losing their shit on Twitter,
and I love it.
I've not checked any message boards or listened to any call-in shows, but I bet they're fantastic. and opposing fans are dancing on the grave of Alabama right now, which I'd join them, but I don't think Kalen DeBoer's a bad football coach. He may be a little out of his depth right now.
Yeah.
He might not be cut out for Alabama.
Yeah.
But I'm still, it's when you see that logo and you see that team out there. I texted Russ in the middle of that game and was like, Alabama's still going to win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that's how I felt. I was like, Florida State's going to blow it. They won 2 games last year. They're not this good.
Right.
I don't know what the spread was on that game, but I looked at that game as, that's a good matchup of teams, but I didn't think it was going to be close.
That spread opened up at 13.5 and stayed about that. And it was Bama favored.
Yeah. I love all those, season openers for Bama over the years that we're used to seeing, where they'll go and play somebody and they'll beat the shit out of them. USC, Virginia Tech, just anybody, they'll beat them. Typically on a neutral field. But yeah, just beating them to death. They haven't lost a season opener since 2001.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first season opener they've lost
24
in 24 years. So
it's crazy.
It's going to take a while for me to get that out of my head. Even if they're dead now, like if the run is over for them right now, I still can't believe it. You know what I mean?
That was my question. That was my question.
I want them to be done. I want them to fucking suck.
Is the dynasty over?
Sorry. The dynasty's over because Saban's gone.
The dynasty started to fall while Saban was still here. Plain and simple. Towards the end of his
national championship his last season.
Right, but they didn't win it. That's where I'm going with this. I'm not dissing anything that man has done. We'll never see another run like his again as long as we're alive. You guys know that just as well as I do.
Fantastic on too, by the way.
But the thing is
he's
now
not wearing crimson.
Oh, I do too. I love listening to him. The thing about it is now, though, is it's come time to pay the piper for some Bama fans, and they still think they're just the bee's knees. And old Jordan's been here for about 10 years saying, "You guys just wait till you suck again because you're gonna hate my ass."
Yeah.
The time's come, boys.
It's awesome.
The time has come.
Part of all this. Like, I don't give a shit about Alabama's football team or athletic department or anything. It's the fans. It's those fans. I mean, there's a portion of Alabama fans. Think about this: anybody born after 1995 don't remember that's a Bama fan. Don't remember a bad day.
No, and some of them don't.
When do you think you gain consciousness to remember your first days of watching college football? I would say about 10 years old.
Yeah. I was
98-ish. If you're born 1998 and after, you've never had a bad day as an Alabama fan.
Right.
Unless you're losing a national championship.
Right.
That's it.
It's going to be fun to watch, man. There's going to be a lot of kick cousins, a lot of kick dogs, and a lot of domestic disputes around the Tuscaloosa area this year.
A lot of crazy overreactions.
Yeah.
By those people.
Because here's the thing, man.
I bet the suicide rate jumps.
You're right. I mean, I don't disagree with you. You know,
alcoholism skyrockets.
Domestic violence, dude. The whole
domestic abuse.
The whole state. Yes. The whole state of Alabama crumbles. I mean, it crumbles. There's going to be beaten F sons, everything. Like,
correct me if I'm wrong, but Auburn looked good Friday night.
They did, and I'll tell you somebody else that we skimmed over. Florida. Granted, they played Rhode Island.
Yeah,
but they did pitch a shutout.
I didn't pay any attention to that game. Florida's going to be fine, I'd say.
They
apologies to everybody on this show and to everybody that watches the show. I spend most of the summer anticipating football season. I don't know any players. This is the week that I start learning names and who's where, this and that and the other. Like there were names like Cam Seldon plays for Virginia Tech. Didn't know that till yesterday.
No, I'm the
player
same
that's
way.
playing somewhere. Well, Caden Salter plays at Colorado now. I learned that when their game was on. So I don't know. I don't know who's where. This is when I started learning names and who's good and what have you. Oh yeah, that's the other one. Squirrel at Florida State. Didn't know that. Didn't know he wasn't on the team anymore.
Let's look at Squirrel's stat line from that game.
It's so hard. Yeah, go ahead and pull that up. But it's so hard to keep up with now, just because life's busy. One and two there's 2 off-season transfer portals.
Yeah,
Aguilar transferred twice.
Yeah,
he played at Appalachian State last year. We're his second school since then.
Yeah,
so it's crazy. I could before Saturday, I probably could have named 5 to 10 players on Tennessee's roster.
Right. No, there's so much turnover,
I can name
man.
20.
Right. Squirrel White had 1 catch for 40 yards in that game.
Hell of a catch, though. Hell of a catch.
Guaranteed.
It was a good catch. I did say that.
It was
but yeah, it shocked me. Actually, I was keeping an eye on that game while I was at my job, but and Russell broke the news to me later that night that Squirrel was there. I was like, "What? He doesn't play for us anymore?"
You're like, "That's nuts."
I just thought he didn't play for us Saturday.
Right.
But,
all right, boys. Let's put the bow on this one, even though I'm enjoying this conversation very much. One other team we didn't talk about. You mentioned their opponent just a minute ago, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of on the fence with them. They're either going to come out and be really good, or they're going to lose a lot of close games.
That's one I didn't really get to catch last night. Was South Carolina.
I watched a little bit of it.
That was an ugly game until
it was.
For South Carolina,
I mean,
it was an ugly game till the fourth quarter, I should say. I mean, Virginia Tech wasn't supposed to be good.
I kept seeing the score change. It was 5-3 at one point. Or
it was a damn pitcher's duel, son.
It was 10-5 was the score I saw, and thought, what the hell is this?
Right. Yeah, South Carolina. That's one I think everybody will have to keep an eye on. Of course, I mean they start out in the top 15. LSU, I'll be curious to see what LSU does the rest of the way. That's the first season opener Chip Kelly's won though since he's been there.
Yep, Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly. Excuse me, family.
Family.
And all that.
They've not lost or won a season opener since 2019, the year they won the Natty.
Yeah, so we got a lot of football to play, boys. It's going to be a fun year, I think. But let's talk final thoughts on the Tennessee game. Mine, offense is back, pace included. Defense needs some work. What's wrong is little things, though. They're coachable and fixable. Won the turnover battle 2-1. Had 5 sacks and 7 tackles for a loss. I'm not going to hate on that. But what do you guys think? What's your final thoughts on this game?
Swan, you want to go first or me? What?
Go ahead, Russ.
Happy to see what Joey did. Think he's handled the offseason really well, learned a lot of stuff. It showed. Defense, yeah, we need a little bit of work. Arion Carter, an absolute menace. What a dog. Leader of that defense, and it showed. Big sack in that game, but a lot of stuff that didn't show on the stat sheet from him. Look forward to seeing what he can do, but overall, happy with the performance, man. Good opening to the season.
I would say overall, if I had to give it a letter grade, I would say B+.
I'm comfortable with that, and I'm the most pessimistic one on this panel right now. I'd be comfortable with B+.
I mean, it wasn't perfect, wasn't great, wasn't awful, wasn't bad. Just about what I wanted to see.
I will throw out a stat that I saw. We were the most efficient on offense that we've been since the 2016 season on Saturday.
I did see that too. I think the grade was like an 85-2.
85-2, exactly.
And grade-wise, that pretty much equals out to a high B, low B+. So I would maybe I was a little bit higher on the scale than what I should have been, but I think the potential's there for this to be a really good season. The potential's there for this to be a really bad season. I mean, I don't think if we're playing our best ball, though, there's 5-6 teams on this schedule that can beat us.
Same.
So, Swan, what you got anything to add to this?
I think the key word, we've said it maybe a couple of times here tonight, refreshing.
Yeah.
It was just, it was refreshing to get the bad taste out of our mouth of what happened in Columbus in December. And we finally get to, wash ourselves of that. Refreshing to see a quarterback who's not afraid to throw the ball, an offense that moves fluently and effectively.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that, shout out Jordan Moore, I saw this on Twitter, he really encapsulated it the best. When offense looked better than we expected and the defense looked worse than we expected. But back to what you said, I think everything is fixable.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot.
I'm good with the B+ on the performance. And then one more thing from me, and this has nothing to do with on the field. I don't know if I'm the only one amongst us who did it. I know I'm not the only one in Vol Nation who did it. Muted the TV on Saturday and listened to Mike Keith.
Yes, I did that too. I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to bring it. I wanted to talk about it too. That's going to be the closest thing we see in our generation to Jonathan Ward.
That was great. That was fantastic. I loved Kessling, but Mike Keith. If you've been a fan of the Titans over the last 20 years, heard Mike Keith on the call, you're like, man, this guy's awesome. Too bad this team blows.
Yeah.
And now he gets to, watch winning football and call those games. And it was great. From his first, it's football time to Tennessee, every call of the game. Who was the former player that was with him? Old lineman. Man. He was a solid second mate. He got a lot of names wrong.
Yeah.
He got a lot of names wrong. He called our quarterback, I forget Syracuse's quarterback's name. He was good. He was impressive.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Angeli,
Aguilar, the name of the other quarterback, which I get it. They were both very
Steve Angeli.
They were similar names. Yeah, they're very odd names. Anyway,
I want to say we're gonna get this. We're gonna figure out our man's name.
Funny thing about it is UCLA
love Mike Keith.
Sorry, Swan.
Love Mike Keith. That is
Same.
gold. I'd venture to say we've got the best play call or play-by-play man in the country.
And that's not even close. I mean, that's the truth.
I hopefully some fans of other teams will jump in the comment section and tell me I'm wrong.
I would like to see that.
But dude, that was brilliant display from the booth by Mike Keith.
Absolutely.
UCLA's quarterback room was all over the field on Saturday from last year.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Steve Angeli
Yeah.
was from USC or UCLA too, I should say.
I thought he was from Notre Dame.
He came from UCLA, from what I was seeing on the TV.
Either way, it was from some school I don't care about.
That's
I know
crazy.
that. He played well Saturday.
It's
He gave
Ramon
me some-
Foster.
Yes,
Warren
thank you.
Foster. Yeah.
Jason Swain is also part of the radio team now too.
Swain.
So we've definitely juiced up our radio game, boys. So
Yeah.
let's put a bow on this. Go ahead.
Old guys to the side. Kessling
Listen.
and Bertle Camper out of here.
Man, I wanted to like Bob Kessling so bad. But what pissed me off more than anything, one of my favorite plays since I've been old enough to remember football was that damn Hail Mary in Georgia, and the best he comes up with is what a turn of events. Like, come on, man. I almost did.
So Kessling to me is just, growing up, he's the only voice of the Vols I ever knew. So he just sounds like the Vols. And so I never didn't like Kessling.
Here's the thing.
Keith. Well, I've heard the John Ward tapes, and it's like, yeah, how do you beat that? Anyway, Mike Keith has the juice. I've always loved him when the Titans play. And glad to have him here watching.
I did not like Bob. Okay, but I was like I would rather watch paint dry than listen to the man call a football game. Basketball, he done great with.
Yes.
Football, though, no. Oh, no.
He had a few good calls in football. I ain't gonna take it all away from him.
I will, because of one bad call. What a turn of events! And we just went on a Hail Mary in Athens, Georgia. Like, come on, man. No.
Shout out Mike Keith.
Absolute.
Yes, absolutely. So, all right, boys, let's put a bow on this one. We'll be back here shortly to talk about some ETSU Buccaneers. I guess that's what they are, right? Nah, me either. Just the excitement's just oozing right now. Let's go take a cold shower and get ready for this next one. All right, go damn Vols.
Go damn Vols. Go Vols.